Oh, good evening and to this episode number 12, believe it or not, of the Lumenswap show. It's crazy how the weeks are just ticking on by, but I'm here with Glowjeter, Harley over there in the States. He's wearing his hat because it's getting nippy, and it's nippy here in the UK. So tonight, for the first time ever, guys, we are on Twitter live, broadcasting live on Twitter, YouTube, my Facebook group, and also my personal Facebook profile. So lots of people are asking about crypto, lots of people are asking about Lumenswap, and I think rather than me just trying to answer those people one-to-one, let's try and get it out to the masses in preparation for what's happening next week and the week after. So before I bring Harley in, let me just explain what's going to be happening. We are going to be having an NFT artist night next week. With that being said, in a minute, I'm going to show you one of the NFTs that is up for grabs. Right, that is from Glitch Cat. But we're going to have an NFT artist night. There's going to be eight panelists, coming to join us. There's going to be Shark Anthony. There's going to be Glitch Cat, Edward. Off the top of my head, I'm probably going to forget ones, but you're going to be getting a whole bunch of NFT artist value. They're going to be answering some questions for myself and Glow, and we're going to be seeing what they're planning on their different platforms and their different ideas moving forward. So you know, it's going to be pretty insane next week. It's going to be pretty insane. So this week is really just a trial. I'm going to cover some of the bits and pieces that we've been doing with Lumenswap this week, some of the things to look forward to. But we're trialing it on them different channels, hence me going live on Twitter and, you know, my own personal Facebook profile. So with that being said, Harley, what's your what you've been up to? What's your thoughts on the things that are happening at the moment in Lumenswap world?
I think there's a lot of excitement going on right now, especially with the lottery. There's only one more day, and just like we anticipated, people are FOMOing in. I saw our website ended up glitching a little bit because so many people were trying to get in. Especially the NFTs are going crazy right now. We have the Nah Bears releasing next week. We got our NFT special next week, and it's looking like NFTs are about to blow up and go mainstream even more so than they were in the past.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, you know, just doing a little bit of kind of advisory capacity work, I suppose, with the JPEG DAO on the committee there, trying to, you know, sift through a few ideas. You know, it's great because I'm with that role, I'm going off and looking at other NFT gaming platforms and, you know, NFT related DeFi and GameFi and all this kind of stuff, and seeing like the ideas that other people are doing on other networks, because I think that that's one of the problems, or one of the what's the word I'm looking for? If I had to have a negative thing about Stellar, I think a lot of people like focusing on Stellar, right? And they don't kind of go outside and have a look, you know, on the DeFi chains and see what's happening there and see what we can implement. So I'm kind of doing that and seeing what I can bring to the table in terms of ideas with the NFT world. And there's so much going on. I mean, some of these kind of NFT battle games and things that I've kind of aped into. I think it's all going to blow up with Stellar next year. I think there's lots happening in the DeFi, in the JPEG DAO committees. I wish I could have more time to put into that. But yeah, I think with Lumenswap, we're right on the tipping point now of having this NFT marketplace. And I know that we've spoke about this before as well. I don't see it as being a competitor or anything for Lightning. I think we're going to have our own drops. I think it's going to be in-house, and I think we're going to be able to spend our LSP on these NFTs that we have as drops within that marketplace. And I think there will be certain times of the year maybe and certain drops, rather than it being something like it's very regular as clockwork. I think there will be one initial drop, and I think we'll all be like, you know, involved in that. And then I think there'll be more coming down the line. So I agree with you. It's a very exciting time, and we couldn't have picked the NFT artist night at a more prominent time just before Christmas, and of course the start of 2022. Lottery, what are you thinking on the lottery, bro?
Lottery, we passed 100K That's a big milestone in itself. Just think there's 100K LSP less than there was a month ago. And I'm excited to see where we're going to go with the lottery for next one. If there's going to be one next month, or there's going to be one during Christmas time. Hopefully next time we'll have more prizes up for grabs, so more than just one person wins. Maybe we could do like 5 or 10 different prizes. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, for sure. I think that it would be nice maybe to integrate NFTs into that lottery, or some, like we were talking about, we've been talking with Damien about, big up to Damien as well, all the ideas coming forward that he's working with Remy, I think, on some really cool merch for Lumenswap. That's going to be coming very, very shortly, but we want to make sure the system works. And, I think that we're in a great position to leverage the lottery for multiple prizes. I don't think it just has to be one prize, but again, it's something we can build on, isn't it? This first one is going to be life changing. We're going to be having, someone getting, $100,000 worth of XLM, which is represented by the Tesla Model S. 100,000. So tomorrow, one of those people buying a ticket is going to have $100,000, the first time ever on the Stellar network there's been a decentralized lottery. Lumenswap again leading the way. Packing. I think it's Nor's with us tonight. Nor Bez, hats off to you, brother. But yeah, he said, that we're with all the stuff that, let me just digress to Nor Bez for a second. All the stuff that he's done, it deserves more than a hats off. He's doing like the Metaverse work for the Lumenswap gallery and all of the NFT artwork in there and the games, and watching my videos and doing educational stuff and everything. He's building all of that out to show us what's possible. It's absolutely massive. But I think, yeah, with the features, the lottery, right, is pretty incredible about what we can bolt on, right? And we can bolt on different aspects to that, and I think then we can maybe leverage that out as well to other projects, so they can have lotteries and they can do other stuff as well. That are going to be joining us. So hey, let's go back into the comments section. Let's have a look. So Cheesley's with us, another person that deserves a massive, hats off, thumbs up to you, Sir Cheesley. By the way, guys, I forgot to say, get sharing this across the different channels. Tonight, you only need to comment. I've got a new piece of software where you comment once, right? And if you have registered with StreamYard, if it's on Facebook, if you comment once, you're automatically in the draw to win $100 of LSP tonight, right? We're going to give one of you people, the draw is going to be live at the end of the show. One of you people is going to get to DM me with your public Stellar address, and you are going to get sent $100 worth tonight just for making a comment. What sort of shows are giving you that, right? We're going to always be giving or over delivering, under promising. So Sir Cheesley, thank you very much. Talking of you, Sir Cheesley, I've finally got off my ass, right, and started putting them all into frames. So we've got like the show posters now. We've got them into frames. They're going up in the Lumenswap corner. You'll notice that there's a mural canvas missing because I've got that next to me as well. But we've got all of the artwork there, brother. All of the stuff that you've made for us. I've printed it out. I've got it into frames. The next one, all the show posters. When Lumenswap moons, I'm going to sign these up. We're going to be giving them away to people, and they'll be massively collectible, like the NFT. So Cheesley will do the NFT. I'll give away the physical piece of artwork signed up. And then I'll tell you something, they'll be worth some money when Lumenswap climbs up the rankings and gets into the billions of market cap where it's going to be. So let's have a look what we got. Andrew Dixon's with us tonight.
What's up, man?
Yeah.
We got Virgo. We got XD Pro 88. We got Scott Ellison. What's up, Tyler? How's it going, man? That's my brother over there.
How you doing? There's loads of people tonight. How do you guys feel like SLT? Someone's put about SLT. I think it's already a verified asset with Lumenswap. So I think the Lumenswap top tier, very confident about that. I know they're doing a lot over in the Ukraine, I believe it is at the moment. Haven't put a lot of hours into it, but I think it's a solid stellar project to answer your question there. And one that I will definitely be having a little bit of probably of investment in the future days and weeks to come. Just having a little look through here. Is there any other questions? If you've got questions, guys, about anything Lumenswap related, crypto related, well, Harley and I will do our best to answer those for you. Remember, if you multiple comment, it doesn't register, but as soon as you comment once tonight, you're in that draw for $100. So that's the physical artwork, right? Which I wanted to show you guys, that I was actually putting that up. In this corner here, the way it's going to work is this is the ape-in bar behind me, right? And then in this corner, there's going to be 2 NFT screens. And what I'll do is all of the stellar artists that are killing it, right, they're going to get, each time that we do this show, it's going to grow and grow in its stature. The more Lumenswap grows, the more people want to be in on the show. Harley and I are going to be bringing more value to you. So that's going to be the Lumenswap corner. Those will be NFTs, and I'll be promoting and highlighting for free artists on Stellar. Right, that's part of my commitment to the artists that are popping up, and not necessarily all the big players. We know that, you know, Andrew's done so much work for Lumenswap at the minute, and I showcase his all the time. But Sir Cheesley's obviously a partner of mine in his artwork that he creates, like the posters, etc. Some of the ones, the up and coming. Yeah, some of the ones that are starting to rise up through the ranks, and people like, I mean, Glitch Cat. Yeah, Glitch Cat is understated, but she's here with the. I love having the female aspect with this. It's going to be a giveaway NFT. This is super cool, and it actually comes in like a glitch. You guys call it GIFs, don't you? I think it's GIFs format. So yeah, it's the animated one is even better than this still. So that's that. And then we're going to be giving away each of the artists next week. It's going to be giving away a Lumenswap inspired piece on that show. So they're all designing. That's just one that I've leaked out. Glitch Cat's one that she's already forwarded to me. There's going to be 7 others. And you're going to be able to get your hands on them in this randomized sequence that we're going to be doing tonight. I hope it works nicely tonight, and then we'll see how that works for next week. Massive. So we've got that to give away. That's all going to be in the corner. Then I'm going to be having the camera here, this side, and all the videos I'll be kind of behind there. And we'll rotate through physical posters. I'll print out, and then obviously the NFT side. So it's all going to be, we're going to be having all of this, I hope, when he finally gets time. Nor Bears is going to make the Lumenswap Lounge into the Metaverse room. So you come in here, you can sit down, you can get educated in crypto stuff. You can come and you can look at different NFTs and artwork. You can play games. You can do all the whole stuff. That's coming in 2022, right? So there's going to be shit tons of value for you. Absolutely. Love everything that's happening at the moment. So comments. Someone's put, love that chimp statue in the back. Andrew's put, yeah, it looks as though he's taking a piss, doesn't he? From a distance. See that one there? He looks as though he's taking a piss. He's not actually taking a piss. He's got a really long arm. See? He's got long arm, but the way he stood when it's far back, it looks as though he's having a slash. So, yeah, Mr. Hat, or Mr. Well, he's got his hat on, hasn't he? He's got a hat on, naked, taking a piss. Maybe he's had one too many cocktails. Anyway, enough. It's pretty cool. My boys love it. I don't know what you're talking about the Metaverse there, Sean, are you? Because that was what I was talking about. What do you think about it all, Harley? I mean, you know, our minds have been blown with everything that's happening in the community, in the Lumenswap community channel. What do you think of it all?
Metaverse is next level. Like, just talking to Knobbears about the possibilities of having the Lumenswap arcade where you can go in, play games with Lumenswap. You can go to a virtual merch booth and then get the Lumenswap merch, have galleries. We already have the lounge, so it's just crazy all the possibilities that the Metaverse is going to bring in for Lumenswap, and we're just at the very cusp of it.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, tell everyone about the workshop, mate. That happened after the show last week. I was hoarse in my voice for like 2 days because I did, you know, all them show. I think we did about, did we do together? I think we did about 2.5 hours, and I did another hour on top of that. So talk to people about the workshop.
Yeah, the workshop went good. I've been working very closely with Zen and his community. They have a really cool crypto community over there, mainly focused on XRP and Songbird and stuff of that nature. But XRP and XLM goes hand in hand together. So a lot of people were super stoked about learning more about LSP and ways to make passive income through the 10K holder club. the new LP rewards and through the trade rewards. And yeah, I've helped a lot of people through that had questions. And I think we brought a lot of good people into the community with that workshop.
Yeah, I think so too. It seemed to go down really, really well. And I'm looking forward to hooking up with other YouTubers, and doing as the features. Of course, the NFT side is going to be great. But also, it's just been mentioned there now, about Rabbit. And I'll come on to Rabbit. Let's just do a little cheeky screen share. And let's come down here. Let's keep on there. Oop, this one. And then we'll share our screen. And then we'll have a look at Rabbit.
Yeah, I'm super excited for Rabbit.
Yeah, I am as well. So here we go. We've got the Rabbit. I've done a video on this, so I'm not going to bore you all, right? 'Cause you've probably seen it. But Rabbit Wallet is one of my favorite rabbits. I can't get my words out, but one of my favorite wallets on the Stellar network. And now they've decided that they're going to be launching an ecosystem, and RBT is going to be the token. So they've got this document that you can access at blog.rabbit.io/RBT, and you can read through all of this. It's got your asset issuer, etc. You're not able to buy it yet. The token's not live. It does say here that if we come down, it's in a few weeks they're going to give us information. Maybe it's at the bottom. Stay up to date. I can't remember where it says, but it says somewhere in this document that it's going to be a couple of weeks before we're going to know anything. But what we do know is when we come down to a certain aspect of this. Okay, here we go. So you see this part here. We plan to hold an open auction in the near future to allow community members to buy RBT. The details will be announced in the coming weeks. So this is the point I was trying to make. Well, this is an auction, which is an interesting, right? This is interesting because rather than being a token generation event, underneath the public sale, there's going to be an auction. And I firmly believe, I don't know this, but I firmly believe that that is going to be using Lumenswap's platform, right? That they did their auction with, or we did our auction with, however you want me to word it, back in July. So you're going to be able to get your hands on some of those RBT tokens right in early doors. There's going to be a section of those that are going to be put aside. And I'm also thinking in the future, there's going to be some projects that launch with us where we're going to be getting airdrops to Lumenswap's LSP holders, which is another exciting aspect. Whether this will happen with Rabbit or not, I don't know. I've not got the answers to you, but this has happened just in the last week, and it was CEO Vladimir who's posted that into the Telegram. So he's not going to post another crypto project into our Telegram without there being some strong bonds between Lumenswap and this project. And of course, I think it's one of the strongest. Having a working product, I think it's one of the strongest projects that is going to be launching in Q4 on the Stellar network. Instead of it being, this is what we're going to make, it's like, this is what we've already made. Now we're creating the token exactly the same as what Lumenswap did. This is what we've made. Now we're creating the token. I firmly believe in the crypto space, that's what we should be doing now. We should be building something out, then we should be having the token, rather than the opposite way around, which is the token and a lot of promises and not having the product built. So, just share any of your kind of philosophies on it, mate, what you're thinking on Rabbit.
I agree. It definitely shows that's more legitimate now that they've already shown that they have a successful wallet, and now they're coming out with the token. And I also like the tokenomics of it. It's very similar to Lumenswap, how they have their 1K club where you get rewards, and majority, like I think 40% of their supply goes to the 1K club. They also have LP rewards. They have a smaller supply. So very interesting dynamics. I think Lumenswap is kind of set the standard for those kind of tokenomics on the Stellar network. So it's going to be exciting to see where that goes.
Yeah, I'm on board that train as well. I think that it's definitely, we were talking about it in our community channel, and we were saying that it's definitely being advised by the Lumenswap team, a lot of similarities there. And we know from seeing like 100 and something, X out of the gates on price, this kind of launch model of Rabbit is you know, a really, well, the way that Lumenswap did it's very, very successful, and I think that Rabbit's is going to be very successful too. Smaller supply, as you say, only 100 million tokens. Going to be interesting what happens there. I would say to everyone watching, it could be, I can't give financial advice, please check the banner at the bottom of the screen, but yeah, I think it could be worth your attention over the next few weeks, keeping your eyes on that. Okay, Paul, I've got a friend of mine, so he's come through, an ex-ambulance service colleague friend of mine, which is amazing that I'm getting out to these kind of people now. How do I enlighten myself on Lumenswap, Metaverse, and everything you've talked about? The best thing you can do really is to plug into my YouTube channel, where I talk a lot about lots of different aspects of Lumenswap. Essentially, Lumenswap is a crypto project built on a Stellar network. A Stellar network is like a blockchain, right? But it's not a blockchain, it's a ledger. And there's many of these different blockchains and ledgers within the crypto world, right? They all do slightly different things. And we talk about Lumenswap, which is one project which is built on one network, but you'll notice there's probably like, well, in excess of 13,000 on CoinMarketCap projects. Some of those are networks and some of those are projects built on those networks, if that kind of brings some clarity to it. And we talk obviously about a lot about Lumenswap here because we're paid by Lumenswap and this is the Lumenswap show. However, there are a shit ton of others as well. And if you want to go out there and you want to start investigating, then great. Metaverse essentially is going to be this world where it's a VR world. Everything in it is it's going to be immersive. It's going to be interactive. You're going to be able to go inside with, not VR goggles even. You're going to be able to go inside on your computer screen, and you're going to be able to go into an art gallery and watch a concert. Right? You're going to be able to go and get educated in the guitar. You're going to be able to watch animated characters who have been created in the digital world. Yeah, as a rock band. Yeah, I think which was Universal, maybe the label, have like made this rock band of these characters. I'm not sure what the characters are, bears or wolves or some shit like that, right? And they've made like this band. So they're like, that's where we're going. And of course, there's going to be NFTs in that, and NFTs will have use cases. It's not just going to be, here's a piece of artwork. I've showed you glitch cats tonight. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be, they will have a purpose. So let's just imagine you go to a football match and, you used to get a ticket stub, right? And the FA Cup final, for example, you get a ticket stub, right? And a program, and you save that for your son or something. Well, with NFTs, what you could have is you can have limited edition ticket stubs. So if you go to the Super Bowl or you go to a FA Cup final here in the UK, you get an NFT, and that NFT has value and it can be traded. You see how it can work. It could be a phone company with NFTs, and the phone company say, right, we're going to give you a free cinema pass to go and watch the new James Bond, right? And here's the NFT. So say again, mate.
Oh, I was just going to say, it could also be a car deed or a house title. I mean, the possibilities are endless on where it can go. There are pros and there are cons, but we gotta see where this goes, because I see a lot more pros and cons in the future.
Yeah, I think NFTs are going to touch everyone. It's one of these, like, people I think are thinking too, what's the word I'm looking for? They're thinking too narrow-minded on it, right? They're not using the whole scope of their mind and their vision, and they're thinking, oh, well, I just have to have it hanging on a wall. Is it just like, say, stuff, that's like actual physical art replacement for that? No, I think it's like you said, ownership. We can stake them, we can get a yield, we can put them down, as the basis of a loan. It's pretty insane, and that's one part of this whole world. And it's a case of, there's a lot of people, I don't get it, so I'm not going to bother. I mean, there's a lot of people now probably watching or intrigued on my Facebook that are like, oh, I want to get into crypto, I just can't be asked, or I haven't got time. We're not prioritizing it. It's going to actually touch every single person in the next 5 years. There's no doubt about it. And you either say, well, I'll get educated now, I'll ride that, and I'll make generational wealth potentially, or I'll just stay where I am. I can't be asked. You know, that's literally the choices that you have. You know, if you want to prioritize watching Netflix and, you know, sitting there and eating crisps or whatever and just sitting on your ass playing computer games, carry on. You know, I'm not saying to you what you should be doing. I'm just saying that it's going to touch people's lives. As soon as the old generations are gone, we're going to be seeing this new generation of people that are going to be, you know, in the metaverse. I mean, there's no Illuminator Jack. He come up with some brilliant thing on one of the threads. We were saying, you know, all of your dreams can be realized because physics doesn't exist in the metaverse. You don't, you know, you can design a building. Can't you think about architecture? You can design a building that could never be built in the real world because it would just fall over. You know, it can be like some WASin thing that's hanging out that weighs 10 tons, and physics would say that would just drop on its ass. But you can design that. So the whole of design, the whole world can change inside the metaverse. Everything that you can imagine can be created. It's the possibilities are endless. So it's going to be really, really exciting. Hello, Chang Clan. Chang Clan, what's up, LSP family? We're doing good. We're doing good. We've got some amazing things happening. Metaverse, let's just have a look at a few comments. It's awe-inspiring. We haven't got Jen tonight, by the way. I don't know. Tonight, I can't give you an excuse. I don't know where she is. If she's traveling or she's got her times mixed up or she's hungover, I don't know where she is, but she will pop back with us. I'm sure she'll be back next week. Hologram, yeah, look, more accessible hologram tech, definitely. You know, I saw this thing which was super cool where this guy was stood in his room and then they could project him onto a stage halfway around the world. I was like, wow, like, and you would have bet your relationship with your wife that dude was on the stage. You know, when you like looked at it and thought that dude's on the stage. So they could do it, of course, with rock bands. They could do it with seminars. They could do it with anything. So really, I mean, we're at a point already. We don't know what's real and what's not, do we? I mean, we have a look at deep fakes and we have a look at these kind of things and think, I'm sure that's a lizard. You know, I'm joking, but like, you know, with some weird eye thing going on and like some like funny flappy necks and, you know, some shit going on with people's ears. And you think, this ain't actually a real human that's talking here. This is like a face over, deep fake, some shizzles going on. So we don't actually know what's real and what's not. Back in the day, I saw Jim Carrey patched over Jack Nicholson as, what's that, The Shining. Is it The Shining? What's the one in the hotel? Is it The Shining?
I think it's The Shining.
Yeah, The Shining. So and I looked at it, I was like, oh my God, Jim Carrey. Yeah, and it was just a deep fake. But it was that good. And I think you can check it out on YouTube. Go and have a look. It was that good. I was like, no way. Like, that's how good the technology is. So think about it. So anything, you know, nowadays it's all kind of blended. Tech and reality is blend, and it's going to blend more and more, isn't it, as we move forward?
With the NFTs being on the ledger, it can't be censored. It can't be changed. I mean, you can't go back in and make a deep fake of it. Once it's there, it's there.
Yeah, that's another thing as well. I think that it's the, you know, someone said, and we touched on this before, but someone said about, you know, the right-clicking like NFTs and the ownership thing. But it's only when they really come into having a use case and utility that, you know, with NFTs, that it's on the blockchain. It's no good you right-clicking. You don't own the actual one. You can make as many copies of the Mona Lisa, but you don't own the Mona Lisa, right? It's just like that. It's actually, you know, the ownership that's on the blockchain and can't be hacked or can't be disagreed with. That is the ownership of that thing. So if you need to have that thing for the next level in a game to unlock rewards, whatever, you can't right-click it. You've got to be able to actually prove ownership of that in your wallet, right? To be able to interact Web3 wallet to dApp, happy days you can now enter because you've got that in your wallet. I love it. I think it's amazing. And I think it brings a whole new level of, well, even identification, doesn't it? It can bring, you know, personal identification where you can sign things with your wallet, which is fantastic. So we've got this LSP galleries under construction. We are taking the project to Unity Dev, where there are more possibilities with apps such as VR chat and through making a VR game that would serve as a shop, you see. So doing merch through doing merch like in a virtual reality world, so you can have a look all around your shirt and everything, but you've never got off your chair. You can actually, and some people are going to say, you know, and I agree, with all of this stuff, it's equally as bad as it is good in the wrong hands, like anything. You know, in the wrong hands, this can be used in a really, really nefarious way. But in the right hands, this can liberate the whole of humanity. That's where we are. That's exactly where we are. We can liberate the whole, and we can create freedom for every single human on the planet. You know, we can secure food, we can secure logistics, water sources, you know, everything that you can imagine, like energy, you name it. We could do everything integrated with blockchain technology.
It has to be explored. I mean, we've done it the other way for too long, and it didn't work out. So, at least this way, there will be. You'll have a sense of trackability. You'll have to. Everything will be public, so we'll see everything that's going on. If we do need to change it, we can always be like, all right, we can start from here and start making changes. But yeah, I think this is going to be the future.
I think we, you know, for me, it's going off. We shouldn't really touch on these things too much because I know it's a lot of division around it. But for me, I don't want to trust the people that got us into this pickle that we're in at the minute to get us out of it. I'm thinking, you buggers got us into this. Let's have a fresh look at this, and let's have some of the most talented, creative minds in the world to get us out of it. But of course, then you've got the money coming in, and you've got people being bought by lobbyists and everything. So we're in a sticky old place. But we have got the technology, and people like Noor, people like Andrew, people like myself, Glow, who are on a very small scale, but we're committed to contributing towards, you know, this greater change that is happening in the world. And I think as long as we keep getting up every day out of bed and thinking, okay, what value can we bring? How can we, you know, kind of try and do something differently and problem solve? Then there is that collective mind that then, you know, your thoughts go out into the universe and you start actually manifesting that stuff into reality. So, I mean, you know, we never know where we'll be ending up in a year or two, hopefully somewhere a lot better. Okay, we've got Deftoned. I don't know how everyone's merging your pronunciation of that. I know you guys don't give financial advice, but what's a good amount of LSP to hold? I would say you need to be triggering your you know, aiming to trigger your 10K Hodlers Club membership. You know, because you're getting a reward, aren't you? You're getting a monthly for 6 years. You are getting monthly interest. If you hold less than that, you are not getting it. So, I mean, that has to be considered as a step to get to. Then, of course, the percentage that you will get on that LSP is going to be just linear to how much you hold. So if you get 1.6%, you know, on your 10,000, you get 160 tokens. If you got 20,000, you get 320. If you got 30,000, you get 480. And my maths is no good after that, but you get the idea. The more you hold, the more rewards you're going to be getting. So something to bear in mind. Some people now own a Stellar Punk Mona Lisa. I'm still waiting for this Space Bull, mate. So I know you're busy, but come on, you can't lose me down here. We need the bull action, right? The bull action needs to be happening. Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to find the ban button on it, get rid of him. He's loosed me down. There's no Stellar Punk Space Bull. He's about to be binned. Joking aside, moving on. What have we got? We're exploring the app checking your wallet and granting you access to specific areas. This is down the line, but should be fairly possible. So there we go. I mean, if you've got a certain thing in your wallet, you're hodling a certain thing, that will get you access into X. I think that's pretty powerful. Here, let's do a drop. Let's just give an example of this, real world example. Let's do a drop of NFTs. Those NFTs are going to grant you access to this concert, to this training, to this yield. Right, there you go. Wow, everyone wants in. Right, you know, it's like Glastonbury tickets, or, you know, going to see one of these great, you know, music artists, and they sell out within 3 minutes, you know, or less, because everyone wants it. The FOMO's there. And I think it's going to be exactly the same with NFTs when they have purpose. We just market them the same as you would with a rock ticket, right? With a concert, same as. Easy on. What else have we got? How many people? Let me have a look at how many people we've got for the giveaway. 21 different people have commented. So one of you 21 people is going to be $100 richer in just a few minutes time. So if you haven't already commented, comment.
That's pretty good odds, honestly.
Hello, you guys hope you guys are having a good day. Lumenswap to the moon. That's Bernard. Hello, Bernard. Good evening, and thank you for all of your support for Lumenswap. I see your name popping up quite a lot. I know you're one of our big fans. So yeah. Okay, yeah. So we've got all of the comments done so far. So okay, what I need to do now is I just need to touch on to the pools, Lumenswap Pools. So I'm going to screen share. We'll talk about the LP pools, since it is the Lumenswap show, of course. Let's go here. Let's go here. And where are we? Pools. Here. So now we can see that we have got a question that was asked earlier. I think it was Deftoned again, right? You asked about, will Aqua bring more liquidity to the Stellar network? Well, it looks as though they're doing exactly that. Like Aqua Pair, I think, are Aqua now providing tokens in a dual reward system like Lumenswap are? I think that's what's kicked up their TVL. I think they're now offering some kind of reward. So cool. And again, they've been added as a partner, verified asset with Lumenswap. There's none of this, oh, we're not adding this person, we're not adding this person. Lots of people at JPEG DAO are saying, we want to be verified. And I've said to Vlad, and Vlad has come back and said, when they bring utility to the network, not just a free drop, when they start bringing utility and value to the network, we will consider that. And I said, well, that's fair enough. I'll go back and tell them, which I did. And I hope now that the innovation marketing people over there can start saying, right, well, we'll get together, all of us, and we'll see how we can bring utility rather than just free sort of NFTs coming out from the artists, which in itself is amazing, but we need to be saying, okay, what can we also add? What layers to the onion can we add? Big shout out to Sir Cheesley, because he started offering his services as an artist and a creative, and getting the JPEG token in his payment. So that's all of a sudden now bringing utility to the token in an aspect. You can now hire Sir Cheesley to do some work for you, and you can pay in the JPEG DAO token. Don't get mistaken with the JPEG on F, by the way. Some people have said, I can only buy it on Uniswap. Forget that. We talk about Stellar here, and we're not talking about the JPEG that's available over there on F. Okay, so here we go. We've got the pools. I'm sharing it with you. And we've got over 3 million now. We've got 1.28 million and 1.96 million. So we're heading, what have we got? 3.25, a little over, 3.25 million, or just under, in fact, which is fantastic. 3.25 million TVL this month, right? In just a couple of, 3 weeks, yeah? 3 weeks since these pools went live, just under. That seems to me pretty good. Aqua's up there, like we said, with over 1 million, and XLM USDC free. This isn't the total amount, by the way, another question that we get asked. This isn't the total amount on the whole of the Stellar network, just the assets that we have here on Lumenswap, right? These are the ones, USDC, XLM assets. These ones are just on Lumenswap. It's a lot higher when we take into consideration all of the assets in liquidity pools across the network. As and when we add verified assets, we add them to these as well. And then, of course, you can add your liquidity to them if you so desire, right? If you don't want to, because the network fees are not going to be enough, don't bother, right? The only incentivized pools from us are these two here: USDC, LSP, XLM, LSP. People that, let's stop sharing that. People that are coming to the table and asking about, impermanent loss and is it worth it, etc. I say, and I've said it, I'll keep saying it on shows, and I say it all of the time, that you've got to do a 1 year and evaluate with Lumenswap. 1 year and evaluate, not 1 month or 1 week. 1 year, because you've got to give the developers time to create this stuff. You know, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of lines of code, being created monthly. Yeah, thousands of lines. All right, so you've got to give us time. Those guys are working, 12 and 14-hour days to create all of these features. You can't judge a project on its hype and what it's going to do. You need to wait until the whole ecosystem is built out and it's community governed. Don't forget that, I was having a conversation with them, just to digress again, that I was talking about this DAO and the decentralized nature. So we are community governed, and we can make decisions like ending the trading rewards or reducing them and doing something else, which is going to be really exciting. They said, Ben, the software doesn't exist for us to do this yet. We're having to create it. I'm like, okay, so you just bear with us. We're creating the software, and I hope they're going to do it off the shelf, open source, with like everything else in Lumenswap. So other projects in Stellar can come in and they can take that DAO software and they can create their own DAO for their own project. I think then it's bringing value to everyone, isn't it? It's super exciting.
You got to follow the innovators. I mean, you want to follow the innovators that are bringing new stuff to network and get in there first, because like you're seeing with our tokenomics, Rabbit, which is awesome, they're following us. We're going to be the market leader, not just for the NFTs and for we're going to be a market leader in general. We're going to bring innovation to this space. And some people in Stellar are scared of that. They want it to stay the same. But I think this innovation is going to be needed for where we're going, because we have the product. We just need to get the word out, and we need to continue to innovate.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think everyone that's locked in tonight, you should know that, for me, you base a significant piece of your fundamental analysis on timely development. If they are developing, if you're going to GitHub and there's lines of code being written and you're seeing that there's additions being added almost on a daily, if not weekly basis, that there's people getting busy with the project on the build side, on the builds, not just us on the front of house doing these shows and giving, the information and the videos. There's people working, and if you see that and you see it's consistent, then you think, it's only a matter of time before them projects catch on. And as you rightly said there, mate, the innovators, the people that are doing that, I mean, who's really trying to do, this kind of breakthrough metaverse stuff? I mean, I only see the echo chamber of like what we're doing here, within Lumenswap. And I feel that we're at an icebreaker stage. We are forging ahead with things that we're probably not going to have all the answers to for another 6 months. There's no more advanced you can be when you don't have the technology to do what you're trying to do. That's about as advanced as you can be when you're thinking, well, we need to, think, how are we going to be doing things in 3 months' time? We're right at the cutting edge of these metaverse, etc. experiences. And we've got people like people that are just, like Noor, for example, I keep mentioning him, but he's like, give me the software. I'm like, I want to learn this platform and that platform. He's got to actually learn it. And he was talking to me, via direct message saying a 3 months deep dive into learning one aspect. And then he's got to learn something else. And by the time that he learns that, then he can implement that, and then we can start making stuff with it. There's a time lag. So rather than being, oh, look at the price, it's down by 1 cent today, and start crying, start thinking 1 year and evaluate. And then evaluate after a year. And if you think, oh, another year and evaluate, lock that. What else are you going to do? Work 40 years for a 40th of your final salary that wasn't enough when you worked in your job, or 2 years in crypto, generational wealth.
Yeah, you look back 2 months and we hit a high of 10 cents 2 months ago. Now we're in a little bit of a downpour. You can see the weak hands getting out, but that's just new investors coming in. They're now learning about Lumenswap, who are ready for us to hit $1, to hit 75 cents, to hit new all-time highs. And it's coming. It's definitely coming.
Yeah, I think that, there's only a certain amount of time. I think, we've talked about this as well. It's a question that comes up a lot in the community, talking about marketing, talking about exposure. We've got to break through into different into the wider crypto community. We can talk. It's like everyone in the Stellar network being inside this room. We're all talking about things and people falling out about Aqua or Smartlands or, whatever, like, Dogit or, all these kind of other projects, tokens, etc. And it's like, we should all be trying to raise each other up, help each other out here. But we should all collectively be going out into the wider crypto space and saying, let's spend some of our marketing dollars together to bring people into Stellar. Because that's the problem. It's not us. It's not the people that are existing here already. Measuring, how successful they are on whatever yardstick. It's about how do we break into the Binance Smart Chain. Of course, talking of those two, we've got a bridge coming. So when we talk about bridges, for you people that don't really understand crypto, right, then that means that we can enable people from those networks to get into Stellar easy. Because one of the most friction-filled things at the moment, it's a pain in the ass to get into Stellar from other networks. It's you've got to go through a centralized exchange and you've got to mess about. You've got to switch in there, switch to XLM out to your wallet, and then you're in. But there's that. We need it to be click, 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 done. We want it to be that smooth. I did a video.
I do think it is a good thing, though, that when people do try that, they see the speed and the ease of use and how low fees XLM has. Because XLM I use it to transfer in between exchanges because there is no fees. And
I'm exactly the same. When people are like, "Oh, I'm sending US dollar," I'll say, "I'm not sending USDT on F. You must be absolutely crackers." Like, well, if I'm paying for something, I'll accept USDT. I said, "I won't send it." I said, "Have you got an exchange? Have you got a what's his name wallet? You got a an exchange wallet for at Sendex, Binance, Coinbase, wherever." Yeah, I've got one there. Well, I'll send you the same value in XLM. I ain't paying the gas fee for that. You think I'm mad? And it just goes to show that the people that you think are knowledgeable are not knowledgeable at all, because why would you pay to send a transaction and pay what, 50, 60 bucks maybe in F gas, right? When you can, or even from an exchange, maybe $20, $30 from an exchange, right? But then you can send it via XLM, and it's like you say, it's cost you fractions of a cent. It's just cents. It's just cents, isn't it?
It makes sense, yeah. The fees are nothing on Stellar, and it's so fast too. Like you send it, it's instantly there, less than 3 seconds.
I mean, the ledger's what it runs at. I think it's running about 5 seconds to finality, 5.5, 5.7, and if it's running that quick, I mean, there's not much out there. I mean, some people are going to say there's some L2s out there that can, that are pretty quick, but then they've got the custom RPC, linkage through MetaMask, and you get lags with that. I mean, I've waited for transactions for like 20 minutes and stuff with MetaMask. So I think out there, in terms of networks and speed, it's one of the fastest times to finality across a long period of time. You know what I mean? It's not just a case of, oh, well, we're fast now, but we're a bit laggy now. Consistently fast Stellar network is, and it's designed to obviously be, peer-to-peer value transfer chain, isn't it? Or ledger. So, I mean, that's the reason why it's so bloody quick. We've got here, Fergal has put, will there be any Lumenswap Black Friday surprises? Maybe, I don't know. I have begged the developers for a little surprise next weekend, and we will see if they can do it in time. So I'll have to maybe wait, but I'm not going to get us too excited. SafePal wallet, multi-chain DeFi wallet as XLM in their swap. Nice tip for people. Yeah, that's nice. Tried so many wallets. I need to look that one up after. Okay, so that's the questions done. So what we're going to do is we're going to wrap up now. But we are going to do our draw to see if it works. So I can give NFTs away this way as well in the future. The giveaway tool. We now have 24 entries. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to show you. So this is all above board. We're going to go to our screen share once again. We're going to share our screen, and we're going to go to our Brave tab, and we're going to go to our giveaway tool. Let's have a look. Let's tell me. Can you see this, Harley?
Yeah, you're good.
Right. So we're going to draw this. There's all the people rambling through. Hey, Michelle.
Congratulations.
You have won the for comment. Well done for commenting tonight. You have won the $100 worth of crypto in tonight's show, and that's how cool that feature is. So, what do you think? What do you think to that feature? Do you like it?
That was crazy. I like the animations where it has the confetti coming down, and it's simple. I think we definitely need to utilize that more in the future. I love it.
And what we can do with it as well, which is pretty cool, is we can put, I was going to do a keyword. So if you comment a keyword, and I thought, like, for the first time, I'm actually just going to leave it open. So if you just comment, you win, right? But in the future, we can kind of say, right, you have to say this. And what I will do is I will do a video this week with the word for the NFT night. And then so you have to watch the video that I do to get the word. And I will say in the video, the word that you will need is, all right, so you'll have to watch the video. Then
we could also do that in the Lumenswap Lounge, put in one of those keywords somewhere in the metaverse. Somebody will have to go in there and see it to put in the comments.
Yeah, good thinking. Or we can get Noor to do like the word, you know, you have to go in there and then it's like pasted on a wall somewhere. You have to actually find it. You have to go round the building to actually see it. So much opportunity. Well done, Michelle. It's great that it's one of our fans that's won that tonight. I hope everyone's enjoyed. It's been a little bit of a warm-up show really for next week. Next week is going to be amazing. On this screen in front of you here, there's going to be all the panelists. Even if they're showing their avatar and they don't want to be, they don't want to actually be live on the show. The way that we're going to do it so that we keep it nice and tight, the show, I'm going to come up with 5 questions for each of the panelists. The questions will be the same. The answers will obviously be different so that they can then have that given to them halfway through the week and get a little bit of a chance to come up with some answers. Some of them are extremely nervous because they're not, you know, live broadcasters, and I totally get that. And rather than putting people on the spot and then worrying and being stressed about coming on live, if they've just got a few answers there, they can give us the few answers to the questions, right? So it's a nice, fair way of doing it. But of course, they're going to be bringing some artwork, and what we're going to be doing then is we're going to be showcasing the artwork that we're going to be giving away probably the day before when we get it all in off everyone, you know, all of the stuff. So if you want free NFTs, 8 on offer, including this amazing one from Glitch Cat here, that you need to be on that show next week. You need to be on with us, and we are going to be giving those away. In a randomized, what I might do is I might do comments, all right, what we've just done, which is like a randomized sequence. Anyone that comments a certain word with while the certain artist is talking, right, then we'll do a first draw, then maybe the next one, because it's really easy to set up. So we can do it completely random, and then you will win that NFT, and we can get those NFTs sent out to you. So it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be giveaways. There's going to be conversations. You're going to be able to learn a lot about them, what inspires them, but also, you know, the way they see their artwork being used in the future as well, which would be one of the questions I'll be putting to them. There's going to be a lot of action packed into that. We're going to try and run 90 minutes, okay? We're going to try and do 90 minutes to get everyone to have a say. I'm not going to be talking, which is going to be nice. Harley and I are going to be kind of taking a back seat a little bit. We'll be doing some introductions, but it will be their show. And this will be to highlight the Stellar Network and to highlight the amazing artists that we're going to be having. Stay tuned with me, Bullring Crypto, for video content, selection of different videos coming this week. Bullring Crypto for for the Twitter as well. Harley, Glowjita, he is over on Twitter, so stay in tune with him. And of course, he's our Reddit manager. So if you're into Reddit, go over to the Lumenswap Reddit and get involved in the content over there. And all the Lumenswap channels, right? You can find the Lumenswap channels by just doing a simple search, and you can get all of those. Lumenswap.io is the website. All of the dApps are available to you there. So whether you want to get involved in the last minute of the lottery is going to be drawn tomorrow, guys. 1 10-cent ticket is going to win $100,000. 1 10-cent ticket, and we're going to be drawn on the ledger height tomorrow. So if you haven't already got one, I mean, what's 10 cents? Chuck in 10 cents and just chance your arm. You never know, it might be you. But it's been fun. Harley, any final words, dude?
Nothing. Just looking forward to the giveaway tomorrow, seeing the final count of how many entries were in there, and just make sure to go ahead and put it in, because you never know. That's a life-changing amount of XLM that somebody's going to win tomorrow. So it's exciting. We got NFT stuff coming up. Sky's the limit, and I'm just excited for the future of Lumenswap.
Yes, indeed. Thanks very much for everyone for commenting, for plugging in. So as always, it's pretty cool to have all these comments and everyone chucking in. One last thing, actually, before I close the show down, big up to Jack, who I like to credit where credit's due. Luminator on Twitter, Jack Winetooth on Telegram, who works his arse off, in his role. He's a dad, he's a family man, but also, I mean, he contributes to so many different projects to try and elevate the art world, NFTs, and the way that we can break through using crypto into many different areas. We have to give him a big kind of round of applause for all of the work that you've done, mate. And yeah. It's been an absolute pleasure, guys. A couple of artists there that I can see. Dablo's just commented. We're really excited to have you all on next week. It's going to be cool. Take care, everyone. All the best. Have a great week. Speak to you soon.
Peace.